Hi everyone, my name is Racy Vallejos and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the service learning project that I decided to do for this course. About a year ago, a deacon here in my town decided to open up the St. Teresa of Calcutta Friday Soup Kitchen. And I noticed that a lot of people were really coming together to kind of support this process. Basically, it's every Friday from 11 to 1, open to anyone who's looking for a warm meal and a nice warm place to come together and have a meal. So I went to it a few months ago and I noticed that there was a lot of people who were donating food and serving food and offering a lot of kind of support in the functionality of it. But I didn't notice a lot of social and emotional support available there at the time. And so I thought, for my service learning project, what a great opportunity for me to, one, focus on something that had to do with my degree, which is in human services, and also go and kind of offer resources, companionship, and kind of those social and emotional resources that maybe people who are coming to a soup kitchen could benefit from. So I spoke with the people who were kind of running it, and they thought it was a great idea. So I went my first Friday after submitting my proposal to our professor, and I went in really excited and really eager to kind of be there to offer support to these people. And so I went in, I sat down, and as soon as I sat down, the people that I was sitting next to immediately got up. The gentleman across from me put a book up in front of his face, kind of giving those clear indications that they were not looking to have conversations. And so I realized that I had kind of come off a little aggressive, and the next time I went, I needed to kind of take a different approach. So the next time I went, I got in line and I got some food, so I wasn't just kind of sitting there aimlessly, but I was also kind of there engaging in the same things. Hold that, I have someone in my office. So I realized that my second approach needed to be a little bit less abrasive and more passive and kind of welcoming to them. So I got my meal and I had a little conversation with someone who goes quite often that serves the food, and I asked him, tell me a little bit about the people who come here. And to my surprise, you hear of a soup kitchen and you just assume it's going to be like all of these, homeless people, living under bridges and things like that. And as I looked around, I realized that this population going on at this soup kitchen wasn't necessarily that. There was those who you could tell were definitely homeless and looking just for a hot meal to get in and out of there. And there were some other people there. And I took notice to this one elderly lady who was sitting there by herself, and you could tell she had finished her meal and she was just drinking her coffee. And so I thought that I would go and sit down and try to have a dialogue with her. And so I did, and it turned out that she's just a very elderly woman. She has two sons who live out of state, and in truth, she just is kind of lonely, and she was just looking for some sort of place to go and socialize and eat among other people instead of just sitting in her house and eating by herself. So she and I'm happy to say, have developed a really great relationship. She looks forward to seeing me when I show up on Fridays. And I've found a lot of comfort, and I've built a lot of different kind of communication and relationships with some of the people there. A lot of them are the regulars. I've learned that a lot of these people are just looking for someone to listen to them, and they're not necessarily looking for specific resources other than just that companionship and that communication. And I think that I had a lot of expectations going into this service learning project that maybe hasn't been the outcome, but it's been a phenomenal lesson in learning about approaches and the different ways that you can kind of support people. And I think that I've found a lot of success in just kind of supporting this particular woman, and it's very fulfilling to know that I'm kind of helping her. In fact, it makes me feel very emotional to know the impact that you can have on someone just by something as simple as having lunch with them every day. So I'm working on developing my skills and continuing to go to the soup kitchen and help and support in any way that I can. Again, like I said, socially, emotionally, spiritually. There's a lot of people there who are seeking, spiritual support in that they just want someone to sit and pray with them. So I've been working on that, and then I'm going to see what else to touch base with. So based on the role that I intended on performing for my service learning project, I think that I've kind of found new ways of supporting the people there. I fully intend on continuing to do this long after I'm finished with the service learning project here for this class. I look forward to going every Friday, and I look forward to seeing any questions or thoughts that my fellow students have about my service learning project. So that's about it, and I'm sure there's plenty of things I didn't cover, but I just wanted to give an overview of kind of what I've been doing and how my expectations haven't quite aligned with the results, but I'm kind of just rolling with the punches and trying to continue to support the process. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.